Hey guys, what's up? It's Angel. I just wanted to do a story time. So, before I moved into my own apartment, I used to have a crazy ass roommate, but that's another story. When I was hanging out with her and somebody else, and I almost got hit by a train. Literally, I almost got hit by a train. So many other things happened that night, but we'll get into that. It was a night of her 21st birthday, and we decided to celebrate and go out. I mean, I wasn't even of age yet to drink. I think I was 20, but she didn't care. So we decided to go bar hopping with a friend of hers. It was on the east side of town where we live at. And I think it was like 2 a.m. We finally decided to go out. Like, we did our makeup and stuff, and we were like, okay, we're leaving. And me and my boyfriend at the time got in an argument, because we were always arguing. I decided to leave him at home because he wanted to sit there and complain like a little bitch. So it's his issue. But we waited for him to come pick us up, and I think we took a couple shots of Amsterdam, which is really freaking nasty. He picked us up in his car. When we got in, he was telling us his brakes were not working. Like, whenever he would use his brakes, his car would completely stall out for some reason. It's not a good idea. So right down the street where I lived at before, there was a railroad. And he decided as we were driving that he wasn't going to stop because he didn't want his car to break down. Well, there was a train coming. I was freaking out. I was literally freaking out. And when they say life flashes before your eyes, that's what was happening to me. Like, it was like probably like 6 feet away from the car that I was in, and we were this close to getting hit. We were just screaming. Me and my roommate at the time were screaming like, dude, why aren't you stopping? Like, stop, stop, stop. He wouldn't stop. He's like, I'm gonna go. And we had a heart attack. We literally had a heart attack. I don't know what his issue was, but not cool at all. Like, I think this was the second time I've met this person. I'm like, wow, you're really crazy. Like, the people you're hanging out with crazy. We went to a bar. We ended up not drinking because the only place that was open on that side of town, there was a fight that broke out, so they kicked everybody out before we even got there. Like, as soon as we got there, they were like, sorry, we are not having anybody in here tonight. We are closing. Like, we're done. And I was like, good, because I didn't have an ID that said I was 21 yet. I was only 20. And me being the goody two-shoes that I am, I was like, I'll get caught. I don't want to go, but pressure, peer pressure. Don't follow it. But, after all that was said and done, we decided, oh, fine, we'll just go to his house and drink. Good idea. So we went to his house, and it was really weird, and he was just sitting there, like, I guess he was, like, renovating it to get a better deal on the house, like, paying off his rent, basically. And, yeah, so they started like drinking a little bit and talking, and I'm just sitting there chilling, and I feel a little awkward, but I'm like, you know what, it's fine. And then they start bringing out weed, and I'm not into drugs. I'm really not. It's just drugs, alcohol, it's just not my thing. If it's your thing, that's cool, but me, I'm too paranoid and have anxiety, and I'm always severely dehydrated, so why? So yeah, they were smoking, and they asked me to smoke, and I was like, I mean, I really don't want to, but I don't want to be a party pooper, so I did like one, and then like little hit, because I was basically like acting like I was higher than I was, but I really wasn't. And I mean, I was relaxed. After that, I was a little relaxed. I was just like, you know what? We're just gonna hang out here. Like, nothing bad's gonna happen. I don't know how we're gonna get home since he said his car is breaking down. But, you know, I trusted my friend at the time. So we went into his living room. We were chilling there. And he just started saying weird things like, you're so pretty. Like, touching my hair to me. And I had a boyfriend at the time. So that made me uncomfortable to begin with. And he was just being really weird. And he was saying, you guys should, like, we had like a phone playing music in the background, and my roommate at the time started like kind of like dancing to it and rapping along to the music and being silly and stuff, and he just started like being weird and saying, "Oh, you should dance too." And I was like, "I'm good. I'm just gonna sit on this couch. Like, I'm just here to hang out. I'm not here to entertain anybody, especially in that way." And you could tell he was a little messed up, drunk, whatever. And he started telling my roommate and trying to talk me into having a threesome. Like, us having a threesome with him. I'm like, hell no. And that's when I was done. I told her, I was like, no, we gotta go home. I don't like this at all. Like, you know I don't like this kind of stuff. Like, why would you bring me around somebody who's, like, gonna even ask that kind of thing? Knowing that I have a boyfriend, too, that's just... why? So, she was like, you know what, yeah. And she told him, she was like, no, that's not happening. We can do stuff if you want. I'm pretty sure that's what she said. If not... But, because she knew him, like, she was close to him. She knew him, like, for years. So she was comfortable with him. And, she was like, if you want, we can just go do stuff in the other room. And we can just chill. And she can just be here and hang out because she really doesn't feel comfortable. I'm not comfortable with making her uncomfortable, so it's not happening. And he wasn't down with that at all. He was like, well, I have work in a couple hours, so I'm going to sleep. It's like, really? If you had work and you were really worried about sleep, why did you come to pick us up, first off? And why did you want to go out and drink? Why? So, basically, she was like, fine. If you're gonna go to sleep on us, take us home. And he was like, no, I'm not taking you home. You've seen my car broke down, and I gotta go to work in, like, 2 hours. I'm not doing it. So, he literally, like, they got in a little argument for like a few minutes, and I'm just sitting there awkwardly, as I always do. She was like, you know what, fine, we're leaving. And I'm like, what? So, I followed her out the door, and it was probably, I think, 3:30 in the morning at this time. And we're in the middle of nowhere on the east side. 2 girls in the middle of the night. No. And I'm freaking out. I'm literally freaking out because one of my worst fears is being kidnapped. Like, And we just start walking down the street, and I'm like, what are we gonna do? And she's like, call your mom to come pick us up. So I call her, and I'm like, Mom, can you come get us? So she's like, well, where are you? And we tried to explain it to her and stuff, but we didn't exactly know where we were. We just knew that we were, like, by an expressway, like, at the corner of it. That's where we walked, and we were right next to a gas station. And at first we stood by the gas station, and we just waited there, but we were scared the cops were gonna stop us also. So we started like walking back and forth down like one street, so it looked like we were moving and trying to go somewhere. We were waiting for my mom to come get us because she was on her way. It took a minute because literally she didn't know where we were at, so she kind of had to just go by like landmarks of where we were. And we were just standing there waiting as patiently as we could for her to get here. And there was this car just started driving past us slowly. And they pulled into the gas station. And I'm like, fuck. Like, what are we gonna do? What if there's like a kidnapper in there? And my friend just like, stay behind me, it's gonna be okay. And she just stares at them. They sit there for like a minute. And then they drive off. And I'm like, thank God. And that happened like 2 or 3 times. And one time, one of the cars came back and circled around. And I'm like, dude, we're gonna get kidnapped. And at one moment, I went to the gas station, like the doorway, and tried to like knock on the door and see if we can stay in there. But they were probably as scared as us, thinking we were gonna like rob them or something. Which I don't know why. Like, we didn't look like robbers. But yeah, it was a mess. And I'm just sitting there like, what if we get picked up by the cops, or what if we get picked up by somebody we don't know, they try to get us in their car, like I don't know what to do. But honestly, at that time I would rather have been picked up by the cops if anybody, because that's how scared I was. And she's just like, calm down, I got you, nothing's gonna happen. And we're just waiting. I think we waited like 30 to 40 minutes for my mom to finally find us. But when I was scared. And we were like in like, I don't remember exactly what I was wearing, but I know one of us were wearing a skirt, so it looked really bad, especially at that time in the morning. It was just a mess, but we were all so freezing our asses off. I mean, thank God it was in the middle of summer, but still. So my mom finally picked us up. I'm just freaking out in the car, like, thank God, we're safe now. I'm never doing that again. And we went back to her place, or it was our place. Basically it was hers, but I mean, whatever. I was staying with her at the time. So yeah, we lived, thank God. I was freaking out, and that would never happen again. And yeah, so that was the story of how I almost got hit by a train, and I lived to tell it, and hopefully it never happens again. So if you like this video, subscribe, comment on more videos that you would like to see in the future. Sarah is also the person on this channel. We're going to be doing a whole bunch of random stuff, and I'll be doing story times here and there. She might do some as well, but she says she doesn't know yet, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, till then, see you later. Your light flat. I just want to take a moment to tell you this. This is what I'm using as a light to make it brighter. Hi, I'm broke as fuck. But, you know, it's working. I mean, it's blinding me, but it's working. But,